Today we are covering a developing story. A zookeeper is seriously injured after being struck by a rhinoceros at the Jacksonville Zoo today.
Now this is a story we've been following all day long. The female worker was hit by the rhino's large horn during a routine training session. The rhino is named Archie. He's 50 years old. He's been there at the zoo since 1975 and he weighs about 4,000 pounds.
So not a small animal at all. From the air you can see the large exhibit where the rhinos are held. On average, they can reach about 12 to 13 feet long, 6 feet tall, and speeds over 30 miles an hour. Eric Alvarez is joining us now live with the details from the zoo. Eric.
Yeah, first of all, a bit of good news to report. Within the last 5 minutes or so, we heard from a zoo spokesperson that zookeeper is responding. She's telling the staff here that she is feeling better. She is likely to be okay. She did suffer an injury to the abdomen, but once again, the good news to report, does appear that she is going to be okay. In the meantime, the zoo staff is trying to figure out exactly how all of this happened and exactly what they need to do to keep something like it from happening again. For over 20 years, Archie the rhino has led a quiet life at the Jacksonville Zoo, but on Tuesday, his horn violently struck a female zookeeper. Her injuries so serious, she was taken to a nearby hospital. News spread quickly among zoo visitors.
I hope she's okay.
The zoo's executive director, Tony Vecchio, says as paramedics rushed her out of the zoo, she was conscious and talking, but would not elaborate on the extent of her injuries.
I will tell you, I was relieved when I went back to see her awake and alert and talking with the EMTs.
The incident happened close to the time the park opens to visitors during a routine session where zookeepers train animals for medical exams, including opening their mouths and lifting their feet on command for dental checks and blood draws.
We do this with just about every animal in the zoo every day.
Vecchio says metal bars separated the zookeeper and Archie, but somehow his horn still struck the woman. The incident happened in a barn away from the exhibit enclosure, out of the view of zoo visitors. Vecchio says the public was never in any danger.
The animal was never out of its normal space. It was never out of containment, so no, there were no concerns about visitor safety.
Vecchio says Archie had never injured a human before today. Workers led him back to his exhibit later in the morning, things seemingly back to normal for the animals and zoo visitors.
As long as they deem it safe for us, I'm going to still go see them.
But behind the scenes, a full investigation into how this happened is underway. Now that investigation is not just up to the zoo staff. Florida Fish and Wildlife routinely investigates when a zoo animal injures a human. We will let you know what these investigations uncover as soon as that information is available. Live at the Jacksonville Zoo, Eric Alvarez, First Coast News, on your side.